This is good morning. This is call number 2020-33197 in the interest of Abigail Flores. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Please state your name and your relationship to the child.
My name is Jennifer Canelo, Canelo, and Abigail's my daughter.
All right, and for the state?
Marcella Turner.
Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Julian Flores Chavez. He is not present today.
That's correct, Your Honor.
He was personally served on October 26, 2020 at 8:30 a.m. at Compost Cleanup Service, 2168 Hopper Road in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So we will proceed by default.
Thank you. At this time, the state would like to call Ms. Canelo. Ms. Canelo, what is the name of the child before the court? Her age.
Her name is Abigail Marie Flores, and she's 2.5.
And are you currently married?
Yes.
And to whom are you married?
Julian Flores Chavez.
And this child, Abigail, was born while you were married to Mr. Chavez?
Correct.
And who typically makes the day-to-day decisions regarding your baby?
Myself.
And do you believe that Mr. Chavez is capable of making decisions regarding your child and when at those times that she's in his care?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to appoint you and Mr. Chavez as joint managing conservators and to designate you as the conservator who determines where the child resides within Harris or any of the surrounding counties? Harris County or
Yeah.
any of the surrounding counties? And you
Yes.
know what that entails, correct?
Yes, correct.
And to your knowledge, does Mr. Chavez have any other biological children other than your daughter?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. And when's the last time Mr. Chavez saw your daughter?
A year ago.
And would you have any safety concerns with Mr. Chavez having overnight visitation right now with your daughter?
No.
Okay. And so, do you believe that a modified possession and access schedule up until the time the child turns age 3 would be in her best interest?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to go ahead and order a modified possession and access schedule? And at the age of 3, or when Mr. Chavez has completed the modified possession and access schedule, for it to then default to the standard possession and access schedule?
Yes.
And you understand what that entails? We've had an opportunity to discuss it and kind of give you some information regarding that.
Yes.
Okay. And to your knowledge, is Mr. Chavez currently employed?
Yes.
And do you know about how much he makes monthly or weekly or anything of that nature?
No, I do not know.
And so you understand that as a result of that, and after we attempted to do some investigation regarding his wage information, that we were unable to find any wage information. Is that also correct?
Yes.
And you understand as a result of that, we will be using a minimum wage to determine what the proposed guideline child support amount is. Is that also correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And does your daughter have access to private medical or dental insurance, or do you have access to it, should I state?
No, she has Medicaid.
And are you asking this court to order monthly cash medical support in the amount of $40 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And are you also asking this court to order current child support in the amount of $220 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And do you recall the date and year that you and Mr. Chavez ceased to live together?
It was July 8th, 2019.
And since that time, has Mr. Chavez provided financial support for your daughter?
No, only $200 that he provided me.
And are you requesting this court to order retroactive child support?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to enter a judgment for that retroactive child support in the amount of $3,900 as of today's date, December 7th of 2020?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to order that the payout on that judgment be set to $80 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
And you are not seeking retroactive medical or dental support, is that also correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And do you believe this order to be in the best interest of your daughter?
Yes.
And are you asking this court to approve this default order?
Yes.
No further questions for the witness. I'll pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Honor. May we
All
be, oh, I'm sorry, you did say we were excused.
Yes, you're excused.
Okay, Mom, you can hang up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, there she is.
All right, good afternoon. This is cause number 2019-84847 in the interest of Isabella Bradley. And please raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Please, all right, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Dora Bradley, and I'm the mother to Isabella Bradley.
All right, and for the state, unmute yourself.
I'm on mute.
No, me.
Talking. Okay.
Sharday Parker, Your Honor.
All right, the court will note that the non-custodial parent is Timothy Wade Bradley. Mr. Bradley was served on January 20th, 2020 at 6:18 p.m. He appeared in court on September 17th, 2020 and signed a reset order setting the Zoom hearing for today. He's not checked in, is that correct, Ms. Parker?
He has not checked in.
All right, we'll proceed by default, and the court will take note of the DNA test report, which would indicate that the alleged father, Timothy Bradley, is not excluded as the biological father of the tested child. Isabella Bradley is the child is subject to this suit. Let's proceed.
Okay. Your Honor, the state would like to call Dora Bradley.
All right.
Ms. Bradley, can you please state your name for the record? You can unmute yourself, Ms. Bradley.
Dora Bradley?
Are you the mother of Isabella Bradley?
Yes.
What is her date of birth?
What is what?
What is her date?
11/13/2017.
And who was her father?
Timothy Bradley?
Are you currently married?
Yes,
Who are you currently married to?
Timothy Bradley.
And were you married when Isabella was conceived?
No, ma'am.
And how do you know that Mr. Bradley is the father?
We had a DNA test done.
Okay. And
Were you married when the child was born?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
are you requesting that this court establish a parent-child relationship between Isabella and Mr. Bradley?
Yeah,
Okay. How old is Isabella?
3.
And when was the last time you've spoken with Mr. Bradley?
Back in September,
And how long have you been separated from Mr. Bradley?
signed September 15, 2019.
Okay, and has he provided for Isabella financially since your separation?
No, ma'am.
When is the last time Mr. Bradley had any type of communication with Isabella?
Father's Day?
Does he contact you regarding Isabella's general welfare?
No,
Who makes the day-to-day decisions about Isabella?
I do.
Who takes her to dental and doctor's appointments?
I do.
And in your opinion, who's raised her up until this point?
I have.
And in your experience, can Mr. Bradley give first priority to Isabella's welfare when making parenting decisions?
No, ma'am.
Will it benefit the physical, psychological, and emotional needs of Isabella for Mr. Bradley to be appointed a joint managing conservator?
Yeah.
What'd you say? I can hear you.
Is it yeah?
Are you requesting that you be made?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, you're breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this why you're asking the court to appoint you as the managing conservator and Mr. Bradley as the possessory conservator?
Say it again.
Is this why you're requesting that you be appointed the managing conservator of Isabella and Mr. Bradley be appointed the possessory conservator?
Yes, ma'am.
And you believe that's in Isabella's best interest, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you also requesting to be the managing conservator with the exclusive right to designate the primary residence within Harris and contiguous counties?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you requesting that Mr. Bradley receive a modified possession and access schedule to begin?
Yes.
And you're requesting that the court approve the modified possession and access order listed in the order, correct?
Correct.
And you believe this is in Isabella's best interest based on her age and the fact that she's never been overnight with Mr. Bradley, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And are you aware of whether Mr. Bradley is working or not?
Yes, he's working.
Okay. And do you know where he's working?
Spectrum Recycling.
Okay. And is there private health or dental insurance available to you at a reasonable cost?
Not right now.
Is
No.
are you aware of private health or dental insurance being available to Mr. Bradley at a reasonable cost?
No.
Are you requesting that this court order cash medical support in the amount of $103 to be
Yeah.
in on January 1st, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you also requesting that this court order child support in the amount of $443 to begin on January 1st, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Does the child have medical coverage, ma'am?
She got Medicaid.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
And are you also requesting that the court make a retroactive medical support judgment, a retroactive child support judgment against Mr. Bradley in the amount of $6,840 to be paid back at $84.20 per month,
Yes, ma'am.
starting on January 1st, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting that Mr. Bradley be responsible for 50% of all uncovered health insurance expenses for your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting that Mr. Bradley be responsible for all court costs as billed to be paid by March 8th, 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you asking the court to grant this default judgment?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you believe it's in the best interest of your child?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much. You're free to go.
Thank you. You're free to go. Ms. Bradley, you can log off since you've already
Thank
signed
you.
up.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Bye-bye. Judge. Angela's coming over.
Yeah,
I said Angela's coming over.
and
now she's supposed to be coming over now. So if you were leaving, I didn't know if you were leaving. I was like, don't go anywhere, don't leave.
well, I don't know. So Angela's coming over, so I'm supposed to stick around for
I know
what?
she's coming
That's what
to
I'm
do a
saying. For
deep.
what
Oh,
for?
sorry. Sorry. She's coming over to do a default, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
She's going to do a default. Okay. Now,
Okay.
Maria do we have copies of the order?
Let me check.
We have a copy? No, we don't have copies of the order yet.
Okay. Oh, she's in the waiting room right now.
So what should I admit her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Waiting room. I don't know. What does that mean? Message. Chat.
Oh.
Send a private message. They need to chat.
Oh, Maria, she said
There
she's
we
in the
go.
waiting room and she sent it to 1253, the printer 1253. This is not Angela, but okay.
I'm still missing some pages.
Mhm.
I'm still missing some pages, but this is the order, if that's it. I'm Gaitan.
Okay.
Maria, what are you missing? Ms. Gutierrez, can you make sure you can unmute yourself for the judge by pressing *6, please?
All right, this is call number 2020-24333 in the interest of Analaya Gutierrez.
Yes.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn, ma'am. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Juliana Gutierrez, mother.
Okay. And for the state,
Angela Jeffries, Your Honor.
court will note that the non-custodial parent is Juan Gaitan. Mr. Gaitan was served personally on September 16th. Mm. 2020 at 2:36 p.m. at 8819 Cold Lake Drive in Houston, Harris County, Texas. He's not filed an answer, is that correct?
He is not, Your Honor.
And he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail, return receipt requested, that was delivered on October 30th, 2020, here in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he is not checked in, is that correct?
He is not, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
May I call my first witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
The state calls Juliana Destiny Gutierrez. Miss Gutierrez, you are the mother of Analia Nicole Gutierrez. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And how old is Analia?
She's 4 years old.
Okay. And who do you allege is the father of Analia?
Juan. Juan Gaitan?
Okay. And were you intimate with anyone else around the time that Analia was conceived?
No,
All right. And have you ever held out that anyone else is the biological father of Analia?
no,
Were you married to anyone on September 7th of 2016?
no,
Have you ever been married, ma'am?
no,
Are you asking this court to enter a finding that Juan Gaitan is the father of Analia Nicole Gutierrez?
yes.
All right. And as far as the decision making regarding Analia, who makes the day-to-day decisions regarding her?
Me.
All right. If she needed to go to a doctor's appointment, who would take her?
I do.
If she had an issue at school where you need to speak to the teacher, who would handle that issue?
I do.
Right. Has Mr. Gaitan ever participated in a day-to-day decision making with Analia?
No.
When's the last time you spoke to Mr. Gaitan?
A year ago.
Okay. And
Year
has
and a
he
half.
ever has he ever reached out to try and be a part of Analia's life in that year?
No.
Okay. So do you think it's in the best interest of the child that you be appointed as a sole managing conservator of this child?
Yes.
Okay. And where do you currently reside?
Here.
Okay. Do you live?
14.
Hold on one second, ma'am. Do you live in Harris County, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Does Mr. Gaitan live in Harris County as far as you know?
Yes.
All right. Do you understand that you will be geographically restricted to reside in Harris County or contiguous county until further orders of the court?
Yes.
All right. And you mentioned the last time you spoke to Mr. Gaitan was a year ago. When was the last time he seen Analia?
A year and a half ago.
All right. And how long was that visit for?
A couple minutes.
All right. And on average, when he did visit Analia, how long would the visit be for?
20 minutes.
Okay. So are you asking for visitation to be held at the domestic relations office?
Yes.
And why do you want the visitation to occur at the domestic relations office?
Because he would shove me and would get violent. So he threw bottles at my house when he showed up unannounced.
Okay. But as far as the visitation, do you think it's in the best interest that it happen in a supervised environment?
Yes.
Now, as far as health insurance, do you have any private health insurance available for Analia?
No.
Do you know if Mr. Gaitan has any private health insurance available for her?
No.
All right. Do you know if Mr. Gaitan has a job right now?
No.
Okay. Do you understand that this order will be based off a minimum wage presumption?
Yes.
All right. Do you know if Mr. Gaitan has any other children under 18?
No.
Are you asking this court to set cash medical against Mr. Gaitan in the amount of $57 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Do you understand for child support based off a minimum wage presumption that the child support shall be $216 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Now, as far as retroactive child support or back child support, are you asking this court for retroactive child support, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Has Mr. Gaitan ever given you any money for this child?
No.
Has he had possession for her for an extended period of time? Has she lived with that?
No.
I just want to clarify. She has not lived with her father for an extended period of time, correct?
No, she hasn't.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. And so are you asking this court to enter a retroactive judgment against him?
Yes.
All right. And do you understand that the retroactive judgment is also based on a minimum wage presumption?
Yes.
All right. And has Mr. Gaitan ever been incarcerated to your knowledge?
Yes.
All right. And how many months would you say about that he was incarcerated to your personal knowledge?
1 or 2 months.
Okay. And so does this judgment also take into consideration those 1 or 2 months that he might have been incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay. And are you asking the courts to enter judgment in the amount of $10,488?
Yes.
And do you understand that the payment on that $10,488 will be $102 beginning January 1st of 2021?
Yes.
As court costs, if the court was to bill any court costs in this case, who should they be billed against?
Yes.
No, I'm asking Ms. Gutierrez. If the court orders court costs, who should they bill the court costs against, you or him?
Him.
All right. Now, as far as your address, does Mr. Gaten know where you currently reside?
Yes.
Okay. And do you believe him having your address will cause you harm or harassment?
Yes.
And when he knew your address, did he ever show up to your house unannounced?
Yes.
And has there ever been any incident of family violence or violence in general when he showed up to your house unannounced?
Yes.
And what exactly happened when he showed up to your house unannounced?
He would throw glass bottles to our house, and the cops got involved.
Okay, so he was arrested for that incident, correct?
Yes, the cops had chased him, and they took his tag off of his car, and it was a fake license plate on the car.
Okay, and when did that incident happen?
A year ago.
Okay, and are you asking this court to not disclose your address on future orders if you should move?
Yes.
Are you asking this court to approve this default order?
Yes.
Do you believe this order is to be in the best interest of the child?
Yes.
I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
Can you tell me where the non-disclosure is in this
It
order?
is on page, it looks like page 16, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I think we're missing some. I think Maria went to get it.
Okay.
Hold on a second. As soon as I review that
Mhm.
and make sure it's in order, I will approve the order.
Thank you.
All right, I see the non-disclosure finding. Court will approve the order as submitted. Thank you very much. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
Ms. Gutierrez, please log off and log back into the other Zoom for me right quick.
What was that?
Log back into the other Zoom, the one ending in 8.
Okay.
All right, give me one.
You want a Coke?